Today is a big day for Filipino Americans here in Arizona as we now have the Philippine Consulate. Let's learn the mission and objective as we interview Miss Jenny Ho. This is John Saavedra and you're watching The Unlimited.
Five, four, three, two, one.
It's a historic day for Filipino Americans in Arizona as the long-awaited Philippine Consulate finally opened its doors on September 21st, 2025. At the heart of this achievement is the appointment of Honorable Jenny Ho-Vijungco, the very first Honorary Consul of the Philippines in Arizona. This is the beginning of a brighter and more empowered future for the Filipino American community, one where cultural identity is celebrated, voices are heard, and services are made accessible. With this consulate, the bonds of heritage and unity are strengthened, paving the way for deeper connections and greater opportunities.
A great pride and honor that we gather here today to officially open the doors of the very first Philippine Honorary Consulate office in Arizona. This is indeed a historic milestone that reflects both the growth of our Filipino community and also our unwavering commitment to bring government services closer to our kababayans in the Grand Canyon State.
This is a big milestone here in Arizona as we are now opening our Philippine Consulate and we have a consul, but of course we have Consul General Cruz here next to me for giving us a little support here in Arizona. Kamusta kuya?
Thank you, John. I'm very happy. We're truly honored to have been invited here in Arizona. And today is a very, very special day for all the Filipino Americans in Arizona because we have officially opened the office of the Honorary Consul in Chandler. And we've been wanting to have this. In fact, it's been a dream of the consulate for so many years, and we're just very lucky because we finally found the perfect person. New Honorary Consul, Jenny Ho-Vijungco. And now our kababayans in Arizona will no longer need to travel all over to LA. The office, I believe, will start operations on October 1st, and Honcon Jenny will now be the one to issue basically the notarial services that we do and we give at the consulate in LA.
Now that we have our Honorary Consul Jenny Ho, how do you think this will unite the Filipinos in Arizona?
Well, I believe under the leadership of Honcon Jenny, she has the charisma to unite the Filipino Americans here in Arizona.
Definitely.
I look forward to everyone supporting her, and I hope that this will be the start of further improving the relationships of the different Filipino American organizations, strengthening the presence of the Filipino Americans here in Arizona.
Yes, definitely.
Right? And I hope that pretty soon we might even have a Filipino town.
Of course, looking forward to that. Yes. And what do you want to tell our fellow kababayan dito sa Arizona? Anong gusto mo sabihin sa kanila?
I would just like to profoundly thank you for keeping the faith, promoting our culture, our heritage, loving the Philippines. And one final request, let us support our new Honorary Consul, Honcon Jenny.
All right. Thank you again for supporting us. Again, our Consul General Cruz.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kuya. Thank you. Today is a big day as we finally have our Philippine Consulate here in Arizona, and next to me is our very first Honorary Consul and also a philanthropist, a community leader, Miss Jenny Ho.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you for accommodating me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, of course.
The Filipino Americans are here to celebrate the opening of the Philippine Consulate, and you're the first one to represent us. What do you want to tell to our fellow Filipinos in Arizona?
First, I want to thank you all for such a warm welcome and all of your support. It exceeded my expectations, and I couldn't be more proud and humbled to be your honorary consul, your first honorary consul. Thank you so much for your support.
We're wondering what made you accept the role?
I
know it's a big responsibility.
It is
a
really
big responsibility.
True, very true. And I actually really had to think about it, but It really wasn't until my first meet and greet I decided a year ago that I would take the position, but it wasn't until I had a first meet and greet with all of our leaders of all the Filipino organizations here, all the business owners, and it was then that I realized that it really clicked for me that I want to help all the Filipinos here in Arizona. And the reason I do it is because I have such a humanitarian heart. Really, I think that's really why I thrive. I thrive when I do humanitarian work. So that's why I did it.
And we have about, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong,
Yes.
75 or 80,000 Filipinos?
Yes. So I think the count is more 80,000
80,000.
and growing, of course. And that's why I think between 2010 and 2020, it increased by 10%.
Wow.
Yes,
And I spoke to a
yes.
lot of visitors today coming from different cities of Arizona. What is our main objective and mission as our honorary consul for the community?
Well, I have a lot of goals, and I have a lot of goals that I'd like to help with everybody. But the first things off the top of our list is to create a sister city, to have a Filipino town, to help
Unite, right?
Exactly.
Our organization.
Exactly. And so I also think about the teachers, the elderly, and youth programs. So it really is really widespread. I even want to even consider building an abused women's, shelter. So there's really quite a lot that I want to do and help a lot of people.
Thank you for mentioning about educators. I'm an educator myself, and
Yes.
I invited a lot of J1 today,
Oh,
and they
I know.
attended the ribbon cutting. And the fact that they now have some hope to
Yes.
be, to represent them and to have a voice for the community,
Yes.
they're looking forward for the consulate, our Philippine consulate here in Arizona. But do you see any main challenge that we face as Filipinos in Arizona?
No, I think in everything that we do, there's always going to be a challenge. But the way I always think is, even though there is a challenge, I never think there's never a way. I always think there's a possibility. There's always going to be a way to help and collaborate with everybody else. But what I do want to relay is that I am your ally. I am not, I am your ally, and I am here, and I'm your voice, and I would like to achieve whatever dreams and goals that you all might have. But I'd love to do it together. I cannot do this alone. So I want to thank every volunteer in the future.
Yes, we're all here for you,
Yes,
definitely.
yes.
I've interviewed a lot of individuals, a lot of leaders here in Arizona. Somehow I do not know why I feel nervous next to you.
What?
I guess because I admire you so much. I look up, the entire community looks up to you because you've done a lot, not only for the Filipino community in Arizona, but also for the Filipinos around the world, especially in the Philippines who are in need. Where do you get that inspiration and motivation to continue?
I think he makes me teary. But
I'm
honestly,
actually shaking. Like I'm
like, oh my God.
I had a lot of questions in mind, and somehow I am stuttering and I'm nervous.
Oh my gosh,
and
no. But my inspiration really, I think it's the feeling that I get just helping people, really. And it starts with all my medical missions, really. And from there, my heart is full. Even one person that I could help feels like many to me. So I really do it because of the humanitarian side of me. The love of helping people is really, that's who I am. That's really who I am, really.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
being who you are.
Yes.
And what is one wisdom or something that you could share for everyone about things that we could learn from you? What is something that we should remember from Jenny Ho? That your legacy that you want to leave in our community or in the whole world?
Never give up. Never give up. There will always be obstacles. There will always be failures. And that's where you learn. Because as I stated before, I never see anything. I never see a failure. I never see any negative comments ever stop me, because I know that as long as your heart and your soul is doing the right
Yes.
thing, things will come, things will happen, and we just need to manifest.
I love
That's
that.
all.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, the grit, right? The
Yes,
determination.
yes. Never give up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we are here for you, and thank you for uniting the community of Arizona. We are
course.
so happy that we now have a consulate and for
Yes.
being our honorary consul.
Thank you.
Ms. Jenny Ho.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
As we celebrate this milestone, the opening of Philippine Consulate in Arizona stands as a testament to unity, resilience, and progress for the Filipino community. It's not the end of a long wait, but the beginning of a new era of service and representation. This episode is brought to you by One Umbrella Productions, presenting the Kutitap Concert, a celebration of a bright and joyous holiday season on December 5, 2025. My Table by Kata, Momshi's Kitchen and Ari Shomai LLC.